This week on Test Drive, we take a look at the Z3. This is BMW's entrant into what has been a largely forgotten segment of the marketplace. However, the Z3 and a couple of other cars that we'll do on future test drives signal the renaissance of the Roadster.
Beneath the bright work, the Z3 is all business. Take the McPherson strut front and semi-trailing arm rear suspension. On the one hand, it delivers tremendous dynamic ability, on the other it's comfortable. Running through the pylons proved to be like a walk in the park. The faster I went, the more the whole lot hunkered down and stuck to the road. Impressive indeed. Helping matters are three important things. First, the rack and pinion steering is fast and linear and offers excellent feedback. Second, the massive P225 50 ZR16 tyres offer seemingly endless amounts of grip. Lastly, the 50-50 weight distribution ensures everything is balanced. Factor in the anti-squat and anti-dive geometry, and it takes a lot to get the Z3 flustered. Stopping power comes from a four-wheel disc brake system with full anti-lock. The system is all BMW, meaning it's easily modulated, strong, requiring just 109 feet to come to rest from 80k, and it is fade-free. Power is supplied by a 1.9-litre double overhead cam 16-valve 4 that pumps out 138 horsepower and 133 pounds-feet of torque. Now these are not insignificant numbers, however the performance they return is best described as adequate. The reason is that peak torque does not show up for work until 4,300 RPM, while the horses don't get out of bed until 6,000. The result is a car that is more show than it is go, and that's a pity. However, this should be rectified with a 6-cylinder engine soon. Matched with this engine is perhaps the best 5-speed manual out there. The shifts are short, the gate perfectly defined, and the clutch is both light and progressive. No complaints here whatsoever. For those bold enough to venture out on a snowy day, the standard limited slip diff should help in the traction department.
My pet peeve on the Z3 has to do with the convertible top. First of all, the backlight, it's plastic, which effectively distorts everything you see through the rear view mirror. Secondly, when you lift the top up, all of the hardware is exposed, it's not lined. The result? You won't be driving this puppy in winter, at least not if you value your comfort.
Inside, the Z3 is all BMW again, meaning that the gauges are legible, logical, and all the important information can be gleaned at a glance. The radio and climate controls follow suit in that they fall readily to hand and are simple to operate. The seats are nicely shaped and hug the body, keeping it in place as you exercise the car. When it comes to storage space, there is a lot given the size of the vehicle. Over and above the lockable glove box, there are 2 additional lockable bins behind the seats. Even the trunk is large enough to hold a couple of overnight bags. Top down, the interior is quiet, and it is possible to hold a normal conversation at highway speeds.
Well, that's it for this edition of Test Drive. I've been both shaken and stirred by Bond's latest buggy. Shaken by the fact that the top isn't lined, but stirred by this car's dynamic stability and agility. You know, when you take the roof off, you usually end up with something that has the structural integrity of a wet noodle. Not the case with the Z3.